Welcome to this week's...
Others knew, they probably thought it was those two's challenge to deal with if they were going to bring it up or not and talk about it in person. But I don't know how you couldn't talk about it.
We'll see a lot more about that unfold. Yeah, we should. We should.
Do you think we should sweep it under the rug and pretend like queer people are perfect, which is unrealistic and impossible for people to live up to?
Yeah, I think the misconception is like, oh, if we talk about it, it makes it more real. You think about it.
It is real.
The shit is happening all around us in communities all over the world, and it's real. That's why it's on the show.
That's why it's important to get authentic representation on TV and in the homes of middle America, because you have to show people what reality is. Because if you get accepted for the real you, that's true acceptance. Trying to sell a cleaned up version of yourself that's not real, that doesn't do anything for anybody.
I agree. And there's another element to this, because there are tons of people out there that watch the show, old and young, and they're looking to relate somehow. Like they belong to our group, our community, and they have real problems. And some of the problems that the competitors face are the problems that they face too. So if we don't talk about them, that kind of isolates the fans.
Absolutely.
You know?
How many people come up to us in meet and greet lines and say, oh my God, Priscilla's story really moved me. I really related to them. Or Sigourney, like, I'm a woman who does drag and like it means so much to me.
I don't know about you, Drac, but these bat wings feel so correct. I never want to be...
You don't know the editing. You don't know the editing. You don't know the editing are not nasty to us.
We're not on camera, so I'm going to tell you this because I couldn't tell you this before.
Okay, so Dahlia pretty much lays a trap out for herself. Like, she had gotten to the bottom of like the Cynthia telephone game. What she had said on the hike was not about Cynthia. It's like, wow, you're just like blowing it up across the whole cast.
Here's the thing. I think Dahlia is a really interesting character, right? Because I can't confirm or deny because I don't know the things she says, but there is truth to a lot of the things she says. Now, is it shady to tell the producers what she knows? Yes, because I'm sure there's some sort of like thing amongst the cast where they feel like, you know, they're in school and they're the students and don't tell the teachers, which let me say this for anyone that ever plans on going on Dragula. Don't do that. I hate that so bad. It's like, you're a professional. You're here making a TV show. We're treating you like adults and like talent.
Yeah.
So don't act like children. I can't stand that.
There's another aspect to it too, because when that happens, when that energy happens, when it's like, don't tell mom and dad, like don't, or just hide this or that from production, it puts us on opposite teams.
Yeah.
And that is not what that's not the vibe you want. And that's not the vibe we want to make a good show. You want to be on our team.
Well, it also fucks the show over. I'm like, you're not fucking us over or the production. You're fucking over the episode that you're on.
Yeah, you're weakening the story. You're weakening the strength of the show that you are a star of.
I think one of the things that's happening in this season is this cast have already been on the show before, and they know how to talk to each other and communicate off camera. And I think that's very apparent. Whereas if you have a new season, it usually takes them like halfway through the season to figure out how to do that. That's not happening here. They know already how to talk to each other. And as much as we try to control that, they're only going to respect it so much. Yeah. And so I think what you're seeing here is people getting information off camera and then throwing it out on the table, which seems like a betrayal to the other people they've talked to, because that's not traditionally what's happened in the past. But the difference is this time we have a ton of audio and footage of them behind the scenes saying and doing these things. And you will see that as the season progresses.
And you love that.
I do love it because here's why. If people that are more immature about being on the show think they find a way to go in the bathroom or do something to talk to someone off camera, this is the answer to that. Because we have the footage, we have the proof, and we will call it out by airing the footage. So I think it's going to be really interesting as the next few episodes roll out.
I agree. And although a lot of stuff did happen sort of in the wings or off camera, a lot of stuff is happening in front of the camera too, because Dahlia is moving those crosshairs from Abora to Sigourney. Zava gets in with the ketamine. Cynthia chimes in against Dahlia, basically saying, in so many ways, your words have hurt a lot of people in this room, like sort of almost everybody. And then we even get brought into it with Sigourney's comments and stuff. It is a hot mess.
Yeah, I kind of want to I'm not going to say who because I don't want to throw a stone at the person who it's referencing, but there was there was several other people that Dahlia had brought up to production during filming in a similar vein, in a serious way that was like, oh my God, do we need to call someone or get help or whatever? It was a mess.
And I don't think we've faced that before. Like
No.
we've faced a lot of different challenges and a lot of different social dynamics over the course of the show and all these different casts. But this ratting people out in a way and bringing up really kind of sensitive, like mental health, medication, drugs, like, you know, I don't want to steer away from those subjects either, because I don't either. I've caught some things online.
I really do appreciate the opportunity, and I really hope you keep it.
Did you eat from here?
Yeah.
That was not the right thing to do.
Like, you should throw it up.
Introduce a new segment of the show. It's kind of our ultimate curveball right at the end there, where we're bringing back the dearly departed again and giving them one chance, a road amongst the damned to get to the finale in our Hellbound Showdown.
Yeah, so just, I don't know if people totally understood it, but the idea is that whoever makes it through and defeats whoever gets exterminated and continues to perform in the Hellbound Showdown will come back to the show in the finale and take a spot as a finalist.
I know. It's incredible.
It's a big deal.
It's really exciting.
And it's something we've never done before. And I know for me, I love all the cast members. I wanted to see more of their drag. That's the truth. That's the reason for it right there. And I want to say this for listeners. I don't know if they get this. The cast does not know that this is happening. The rest of the cast do not know that this is happening.
We worked so hard to keep them separate, isolated, no communication, even on the set when we were all in the same building. Like, there were teams of people keeping everybody separate and the secret on lockdown.
I do think someone ruined it closer to the end. Someone who has a habit of stirring up stuff in the background between production and the cast.
Oh, God.